It's day 305.
For the 29th year and beyond. Well, it's raining out. Storms are coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, yesterday we talked about what was the topic? I forgot the name of it. Sad.
Well, yesterday what we
It's a
talked
kickball.
about, I was gonna say you gave it the topic kickball, but we talked about how when people are in love relationships or marriages and it stops being fun and
Right.
they don't want to continue.
Right, when it stops being fun, and I likened it to a kickball game. You got to go back and start again.
Yeah, you're back in line.
Right. Okay. There we go. Thank you for bringing me back on track. Okay. So what I wanted to talk about was time that I felt like I had to stop and go and get back in line. All right. So in a marriage and an in-love relationship, there will be times that things just go not the way you plan. And so for me, one of the biggest challenges is when you have to deal with a lifestyle change or a change in employment. And so there was a period that Fred left and went to DC to seek different employment and really to look to start another ministry there. And for me, it was really, really challenging because I didn't feel like that's what he needed to be doing. And I went through a full range of emotions, but all in all, still very supportive because this was something he said God was calling him to do. And so God supersedes everything else in our life. But even with that, I still went through the full range of emotions. And, even to the point of, saying some very, very mean things to him.
To me.
Yeah, do you remember I wrote you the letter? And I remember that's what it was. And I said some things in there and that weren't very, very kind. He doesn't remember. And I think I still have it on my computer. But after getting that off my chest, and he came home for Christmas, and we walked for about 3 hours and talked. And I came to a realization that, this was something he needed to go through and he needed to see out. And so then I had to go back to the back of the line of the kickball game and start over again. Because prior to that point, I really just wanted to take my hands and choke every bit of life out of him because it was impacting my life in not a positive way. But because I loved him, I had to go back and get back in line and start over again.
Well, and aren't you glad you did?
Yes, I am so glad that I did.
But and again, as we talked about on yesterday, if the marriage is not fun,
Right.
because on yesterday I guaranteed you, it's not always going to be fun, and there's going to be opportunities where when you talk about your God purpose and listening and being true to what you believe God is leading you to do, you're going to ruffle some feathers, even the feathers within your own home from time to time. And but again, it's the love that helps you to overcome, so you don't succumb to anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it really would have been easy to just say, okay, I'm done with you, stay up in DC, we'll stay here and, we'll just end this right now and, I'll...
Would that be easy?
Okay, not easy, but in some times...
Convenient.
Convenient.
Okay.
And there were times that it would have been easier than the pain that I was going through.
Ah.
But because I was in it to win it, I went back to the back of the line and started again. So in the kickball game, that's where we're at right now. I started again.
You started it.
Yes, and I love you.
Oh, that's so sweet. Until tomorrow, if the Lord says the same.
Bye.